launching his program as well. But one of the things that pulls a lot of things together as well is leadership. And to help you in the beginning of the year, we're going to give you a head start here. We had a great discussion, myself, Mike, and Chris on Chris's show, True Leadership, just about the importance of a mission statement. And so he's just going to share a few minutes of that, and then we'll have some concluding things. As I mentioned earlier, we're going to conclude a little bit earlier today because so many things are going on today. But this is really important to really start staging things for the next year, not on December 31st. But to start thinking about it now. So,
thank you. I have to leave.
Take care. But go ahead, Chris. The floor is yours.
Yeah. So as we look into 2023, one of the things that I tell a lot of people to do as I'm coaching and how they should do things, when we're looking at leading, look first to the self. The Bible says, love God, love others as you love yourself. And one of the things that you can do in that is building your own mission statement. I love asking the question, how many of you have a mission statement, whether it be as an organization or as individuals? And most people, they stick to, well, our organization has one. The more fun question is asking, do you know it? More often than not, the person who wrote the mission statement doesn't even know it. So then I take it a step further, and coming back to where I started was, what's your mission statement? And does it align, does it balance with one, where you've been and where you're at now, but two, where you're headed? So as we're thinking about 2023 and we're writing down these goals, I want to encourage you to lead your life so you can lead others into what's next. And what next comes from the lessons learned and the things that we're doing today to set up a better tomorrow. I'm always looking to be better than the version I was today, tomorrow. And that's written into my mission statement. That's written into how I define each and every day in everything I do and in everyone I incorporate myself with. It creates an attitude of gratitude each and every moment of my life, whether I'm leading my children or I'm leading in my marriage, whether I'm leading at my church or I'm leading these teams and organizations that I work with, whether I'm leading here on the GCC. I'm always thinking, how can I improve? How can I be better? And does it align with my mission? Because if my mission is in alignment and it aligns with everyone else's mission here on the GCC, I know that the connections and the collaborations that we're going to make are going to take us to a better, stronger, more unified, and brighter future. Look at what G-Man's doing. He's putting together incredible projects. And even though, yes, it spotlights and highlights the things he has done in his past to where he is now, he's also looking, how can I connect other people? It's a part of his mission. It's what God called him to do. It's what God has called all of us to do. Go therefore and make disciples, support and lift and encourage one another. It's something Jim does on a regular basis. Jesse's doing it with the books and with his podcast. MVP, Mike Van Pelt, does it with True Man Life Coaching and the True Man podcast. And as our missions line up with one another and we help one another, we start to see this massive impact that brings together more and more people. And what does that do? What does it do? It inspires the generations all over the world. Generations is not just about age in order of fact of who's next. It's who's here right now. Who are we here to inspire right now to make a better tomorrow? My encouragement, my challenge to you is don't just write down a bunch of goals to try and check the box next year. If you already have a mission statement, review it. Make sure it aligns. Make sure it balances. If you don't have one, do that first and then review it with your goals and make sure that alignment is not just about yourself. Make sure it's about collaborating and cooperating with other people too. Back to you, Jim.
Great. Let's give Chris a big round of applause. Really watch this again. There's some deep stuff here. Think about your preparation for next year. This whole thing. What is the mission statement of your life? Things that Chris shared about how we really can't envelope each other to help each other and create the bigger picture. Now, I want to give a shout out also to Cheney, Worldwide Collaboration. I noticed he reshared this on multiple platforms. Thank you again. He's instrumental in a lot of things we're going to be doing because of G-Man and his relationship with G-Man. But I just want to give Cheney, let's give him a round of applause, just what he's doing behind the scenes. But two more people I want to hear from briefly, and then just a summary of things. But I want to go ahead and, we're working on this relationship portion of things. I think relationships are just a little bit important in how we deal with things. But I want to go ahead and introduce one of our newest members, Brent Taylor, and just what he asked for us today, just to think about, but just share with us just for a couple minutes, the importance of relationships and what you do. Brent Taylor.
Thank you. Yeah, just to kind of follow up with what Chris said, another way that Jesus put it was, love each other as I've loved you. And that way is putting others first. So he always loved his Father first, and he put us ahead of himself. So relationships are everything. That's why we were designed. That's why we were created. And so just to help folks understand, men and women and those relationships, we're going to do a 7 opposites for men and women, and on unity as well. So I look forward to sharing that with you. And I'm just happy to be a part of this group. I think it's so important that we help one another. So thank you very much.
Absolutely. We're going to be launching a program dealing with relationships here in the next month or so. So thank you, Brent, just for believing in us, joining us formally as a paid member, but more importantly, bringing the value that we're going to put you to work, trust me, that you're going to be bringing here. So let's give a big round of applause to Brent. Sure. And then we also have Joy Shikowski, and she's really the quiet one. She's just kind of like the silent person, usually loves being in the background, never tries to reach for the spotlight, but really in a lot of ways she's a star and a hero in her own right. I really mean it with what she's done in creating her alternate streams of income, like really achieving that. But Joyce, tell us a little bit. I know you have Lightwave, more than just kind of some things we've been talking about. This year, January, we really are going to launch the Side Hustle Business Marketplace with some things going on. But Joyce, I want to turn over the floor to you for a couple minutes. Just any thoughts you have about creating income, and maybe just give us your number in case people want to reach you.
Joyce Shilkowski from Austin, Texas. My business is National Work From Home. And so my real goal is just to help people to generate additional streams of income. So I'm passionate about health and wellness. And so I'm the one that's typically shouting from the rooftops to make sure that, you're getting the right nutrition, doing everything that you can to be healthy so that we can serve our families and our communities. But I'm involved with several different projects, everything from silver and gold to cryptocurrency to the ERC tax program to just a whole host of different projects. And what I delight in most is helping other people start new businesses and help them generate additional streams of income for their families. So that's who I am. And I just love serving people, and my mission is to glorify God each and every day in everything that I do.
Great. Well, one question I have for you, Joyce, there's so many things people can wrap themselves up in, right? You're involved in quite a few things as well. But I want to ask, where should people start? They get so confused by being presented with so many different things, right? Just your words of advice and wisdom.
Well, it would be start with something that you're passionate about. So if you're going to share a product or a service, if it's something that you use on a daily basis and you can't imagine going a day without using a particular product, well, go ahead and promote it. And then it's a great way just by, you can join an affiliate program to earn extra income by sharing, the great products and services in your life. The other focus that I have, and I know Zen Delivery is, a platform that everybody here is, several people here are working in and promoting. I love the idea of helping small businesses. And so whether it's helping them with their lead generation and their marketing, whether it's helping them get back the ERC tax credit that they're entitled to through the CARES program, or it's through Zen Delivery helping restaurants save money on their delivery so that they can just continue to serve their communities and survive. Anyway, so those are the types of programs that I look for. And I just would suggest people choose what you're passionate about and plug in and focus on one or two businesses.
Yeah. Well, this is very important to think about as you plan the new year. And, you know, there's a lot of things that you are going to be vying for your attention and everything. And let me tell you this, I'm able to connect with a lot of different things, but that's why, I definitely need a team. Okay. You've heard that statement. Alone, you can go fast. Together, we can go far. It really is true. I mean, it's been great seeing Mike and Mike Van Pelt, True Man podcast, to really share about how we've been working with Chris building his program as well. But Mike, just your last one will be sharing here, but the whole thing is that, just tell us a little bit about what you do and why is it important, especially during these times here. Mike Van Pelt.
Yeah, so I'm Mike Van Pelt, True Man Life Coaching and True Man Podcast. And so I'm a men's life coach, right? Why is it important? Look at the chaos going on throughout the world and in our country. And it can be really confusing for a man to understand and know how to lead his family well in times of uncertainty. And so what I do is basically come walk alongside a man and help him get through. Jesse, you're going to love this. This is for you. See, look at this. This is mind mapping. See, this is also the outline to the next book. Okay. Seriously, there's a lot of preparation going on in my world right now for what is to come, because I feel that there's a lot of stress going on in the masculine world, and I'm fearful that it's going to get worse for a number of reasons. But that's why I'm here. I want to be a resource for men so that they can be there to be the best man they can be for their family. So, I'm doing one-on-one coaching. I'm doing group stuff. And so if you know a man who just wants to talk about where he's at in life, hey, set me up. I'm happy to talk with everybody and strategize with them. So back to you, Jim.
Great. Let's give Mike a big round of applause there. And, this is for our exercise, but really understand the wisdom that we have here. And so, I hope you made some decisions here. I want to maybe write a book. I want to tell my story. Man, I need to learn about leadership. Man, I want to know what the True Man podcast is. Maybe it's all about this new program that we're launching, the Resurgence of Sounds, joining some of the events that we've announced, here in California in January 7th and 8th, we're going to be having something pretty spectacular. We have the mansion tour that's coming up, but what is it that is going to drive you next year? Now, I want to share with you a really great video here, but over here, let's see here, we have the Zoom, and let's see, can you see my screen at all here? Are you able to see it?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. Well, I want to let you know there's a rule of zero here, and it's really important, but this is just a great video to think about. But I want you to watch this and just give some thought.
Let's say I'm making $10,000 a month.
And make your money, because money drives everything, I guarantee, what you do. And I hope you're focused on being very successful this year in your impact, but your money as well. But just something to think about here. Think about this.
Let's say I'm making $10,000 a month in recurring revenue, just me, I'm doing all the work. Well, you take that $10,000 and you go hire two $5,000 a month employees. And now what are you making? Zero. Well, let's say y'all make 10,000. Now you make 30K. People say, well, how do I do it again? Okay, well, then you take that 15K and you go hire 3 more people. And now you're back to zero. But now you got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 plus you. That's 60K coming in. Most people won't do it. You know what most people will do? They'll make that 10K, then they'll want to make more, so they bust their ass and they make 15 or 20K, and then they stay there their whole life. And or they have 1 or 2 employees and they never get bigger and they never crack 7 figures. And the reason why is because they won't go to zero.
That's all about going to zero. What this means, invest in yourself. Get involved in the book project. Get involved in coaching. Get involved in communities that really build you on. Now, I want you to listen to this one more time. Now that you know the context of it, the whole context of this is really being able to make a lot of money, leverage, build a team or a supporting community. But think about what he's saying. You cap yourself if it's on your own effort alone. This is why team is so important. But think about this one more time, but think about what he's saying here.
Let's say I'm making $10,000 a month in recurring revenue, just me, I'm doing all the work. Well, you take that $10,000 and you go hire two $5,000 a month employees. And now what are you making? Zero. Well, let's say y'all make 10,000. Now you make 30K. People say, well, how do I do it again? Okay, well, then you take that 15K and you go hire 3 more people. And now you're back to zero. But now you got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 plus you, that's 60K coming in. Most people won't do it. You know what most people will do? They'll make that 10K, then they'll want to make more. So they bust their ass and they make 15 or 20K. Then they stay there their whole life. And or they have 1 or 2 employees and they never get bigger and they never crack 7 figures. And the reason why is because they won't go to zero.
Okay, so that's a pretty interesting thought process, isn't it, guys? And really puts things in perspective. You've got to be willing to take that chance. Go to zero, meaning you make that money, you spend it, you reinvest it, you make some things happen. Sounds a lot like some of the things that maybe Joyce can do. You got to put some money in it, guys, even though most of the products and solutions get a real tangible value. We talked about Blaine, the MPG fuel product. Things are really happening. He's in Las Vegas busting himself right now. Chris is going to directly benefit from a lot of this. We are very serious about helping people make 6 figures in whatever industry, a side hustle game. And so as we move forward, I want you to think, what is your goal next year? I can tell you, we present to you content after content of great people. I will share with you this. There is an emerging community that we're building. A lot of people like Khalila Ali, G-Man, a lot of the people that we've brought on here. The whole thing is a challenge of having things too accessible is it can make things devalued. Does that make sense, guys? This next program is going to be very specific, this next level program. That's why we're bringing together this whole event in January. We want you to be a part of it. Mike, I haven't ever met you in person, even though it feels like it, you know what I mean? But the whole thing is that, the whole thing is Chris, we've met through the event in Las Vegas, but I hope you're able to join us, really plan for January. I can guarantee you it's going to be worth your time. It's not just a rah time. It's where you're going to make some great connections, get some great pictures with some people like with G-Man, with Khalila Ali, with Scott if he's able to make it. And I'll name off the names as people are committing, but we've got some great things here. I want you to visit the chamber, which we're going to be launching from. Their parade is going to have about 10 to 15,000 people here. They are a hub location. They have a private airport. They have some great things doing. Why do we care about that? Because we're really going to be reaching some great people that can, quote, take us higher, okay? In airplanes, you're going to get that, okay? You'll get that someday, Mike. But the whole thing is, in all sincerity, Zen delivery. We're going to be launching our campaign to get into cities with the people coming in. G-Man's going to be a brand for that. G-Man's going to be a brand for MPG Extreme because he deserves it. 1, he can bring a lot of people together. 2, he can help a lot of people make a little extra money through a side hustle. Maybe it's through, the LifeWave as well. You know what I mean, Joyce. We want things that really work for the health and the wealth. It's not always about making money, but definitely, I guarantee you, making the money and having enough, not just enough, but even more so you can give it away, can really bless your life and others as well. So I want you to think going into 2023, just what you want to accomplish. These are really great times here. So as we end out today, next week, I can't commit 100%, but Khalila Ali will probably be on with us. She's not going to be on every week, okay? But I encourage you, get 3 people to come. That's always been the challenge, right? And the whole thing is we're going to be building very differently next year, meaning that we have the core group. We got Brent Taylor. Pretty incredible when you really know his story. And Mike, I know you said some pretty good things about him. Other things too, but no, I'm just kidding. But I won't cause that. But but all I know is that two whites won't make a one, right? But the whole thing is that see, I put a smile on your face. But I want you to think about what difference you can make for people. So as we end out today, I hope, please bless somebody's life to have them come out next week, because we're going to have some great content that's going to set us up for next year. This is the way I believe things have been flowing. So as we end out today, G-Man, I want you to take us out here just with some concluding thoughts and just help us get positioned properly for the new year as we think about what we want to become and how we want to help people. So G-Man.
Hey, this is amazing. I love you unconditionally, which is how God loves us all. He's put on the heart to tell you to open your mind and close your mouth. Open your arms and close your mouth. Put your resources and your love in the place of your words. Show actions, not retractions. No distractions. God is an unconditional Father. He loves us. We're His. We belong to Him. We belong to each other. We need to take care of each other. He said, love each other like He loves us. He says, we're all His wives. We're all His brides. He wants us to get in that seat right next to Him while He drives and we ride. Remember, all things are because of Him. If we put Him in the beginning, in the end, and in the middle, we all win. So with that being said, Heavenly Father, thank you, and thank you. Amen. Have a blessed weekend, everybody. God bless
Amen.
you all.
All right, guys. So have a great one, and we'll catch you next week on the Global Chamber Cooperative. Bye-bye.